Good, man, excellent. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with a. I'm kind of high right now, man. I just got off the phone with a potential seller, and it was for a lease option. Like I'll go over that in a sec. But I'm doing yellow letters because I'm just giving
Okay.
myself a little marketing budget. So I'm doing yellow letters. So I just got off the phone with some sellers who were interested in the letters. They said they're not gonna really go with what I'm offering, but it just gave me a time. It just gave me a chance to like really talk to people and just to have a conversation with them. And I stumbled through it, you know what I'm saying? But it's all right, you know what I'm saying? I feel good about it. I even did some after action reviews, some like assessments of how I could do better with them. And they told me a couple of things, and I wrote that down. But yeah, I had a nice conversation with these guys. I'm not really sure right now about like the pricing on the spot when I'm talking to sellers, even though I'm concentrating on lease options.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if I should be giving these people pricing, right on the spot. So that's something I need to work on. But hey, overall, man, it was. I'm glad I took the call. I'm glad I took the phone call
Definitely.
because
Happy for you, my guy.
yeah, yeah, man,
Better
what's up?
you record it?
No,
What's up?
I
What's up?
didn't, and that's another thing I need to do. What do you use to record?
Bookaroo. It's a website. 'Cause, did you take the call in your office, like in your computer?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Bookaroo is a website. What I do, it's VOC as in cat OORO. I think. Just Google it. It's real quick. It's real. Again, it's simple. You just go into the website, you click record, and just record and make sure that when you're talking to them, you put yourself on a what's it called, on speaker, so they can hear
yeah.
both of you guys. And then yeah, man. And then once you're done, you click the save, and it gives you a link, so it's saved in the cloud. And then that link you can attach it to the lead. So let's say you are using our reply, add
No,
that
no,
link,
I'm
or if
not.
you or if you're using whatever CRM, just
No.
attach that recording to the actual what's it called, account or lead, so you can go back to it. And always good to see how you encounter the conversation, how to go. Now on lease options, again, lease options is better than it's different than a what's it called, than a wholesale whatever transaction where you want to get it as low as possible. A lease option, as you want, okay, you want 100,000, ma'am. Okay, you know what? Can you give it to me for 95? Just whatever this. Even if they give it to you for 100, perfect. Just okay. Let me do this. I'm gonna send you an agreement for $100,000 on a lease options for a 36-month commitment. Starting when I start actually seeing the house specifically. Are you ready to go if I send you that agreement? Again, go with their price. You know what I mean? You can always negotiate it down. You can always back out. Let's say you do get a lease option buyer at 100 what they want, then you try to negotiate. You know what, ma'am? I can't do the 100. I can probably do the 93. Does that work for you? Now it's only three k difference, like 7k difference, but you already have a buyer on the backside. You know what I mean? Now remember, on a lease option, again, since you're just starting, I always tell them, you know what, I just got hired. I don't know how again, because I can't hear it, but if you told them, you know what, I just got hired to make this calls. Again, this is what we're trying to do, lease option for your property. Again, oh, if they agree, say, you know, yeah, we can definitely do a lease option. Okay. Well, do you know more or less the process? They're gonna probably say no. Okay, perfect. Well, first we'll make an agreement where we put everything that we told you on paper. First of all, we'll email it to you. What's your email? Perfect. Once you read it, you agree to it. Now the process is us. Again, my company does marketing for sellers like yourself and also for buyers. Sometimes we have more buyers than we have actual properties. So once we get it under agreement, then I'll sit with my boss and then we'll look at our qualified buyers that we do have and see which one fits the your property. Now, once one qualified buyer that we already vetted, it's ready to go, then he'll most likely will want to see it. So this is where I want to make sure that if we do give you a 2-3 day window time frame for you to give me access to the property, that you're gonna go ahead and give me access. Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. Usually we'll give you 2 or 3 days in advance, tell you what time and what date. Now, sometimes I am gonna show up there, sometimes the actual person that's gonna see it will go there personally. Like, don't worry about it. We already have their IDs. Again, they are protected, so you're protected. Because I don't know if you're doing virtual or you're doing it in your city.
City.
Okay, so if it's your city, perfect. I'll show up myself. That's where you can meet me as the person talking to you over the phone. I'll take the buyer. We'll do a no more than 5-10 minute walkthrough where he wants to see all the condition of the property to see if he agrees to going ahead and buy it on our lease options. Because remember, you're brand new, so you're literally telling them the whole book. They're hearing you out. They're not gonna question you. Well, what's this? What's this? What's that? Because you're telling them the whole book. That's kind of a good thing. Again, you can always use that even when you're 10, 20 years in the business. You can always look like that because, again, that seller has not talked to you before. So if you speak to him like this, you literally give him the whole picture, and they still agree. Then you're set. You're set to show people. You're set to send the agreement. You're set to get in the lease agreement, or what's it called, process, and they already know more or less the process. Now, if they're for some reason hesitant, well, you know what? Again, I don't really want to do that. Oh, don't worry. Again, we have two agreements, ma'am. We have a non-exclusive agreement and we have an exclusive. The non-exclusive agreement means that we'll get an agreement. We'll get it on. We're agreeing to what you're telling me on paper. But the good thing about that is, again, if you between now and when I talk to you again that I have someone ready to go, you find another buyer yourself, definitely go ahead and sell it to your buyer. No harm done. And again, the marketing cost that it took us to find that buyer that we did have, don't worry, you don't have to pay that out of your pocket. But if we do get a buyer before you get a buyer, then we definitely go with our contract and we remove the non-exclusive to being exclusive because we already have somebody ready to go for this property. So you see, you're telling them, well, non-exclusive. Oh, don't worry, ma'am. Again, if you do find a buyer yourself, don't worry. Again, if you find a buyer and is ready to go, don't worry about our agreement. We'll pay for the marketing cost that it took us to get this buyer. Again, but if for some reason we get a buyer ready to go before you, we'll turn this non-exclusive agreement into an exclusive agreement because we're already 3 to 5 days before closing. So you see, this is a conversation that you talk to the seller so that he knows in case they're ready to go, in case they're hesitant with the getting under contract. Again, you throw the non-exclusive, you show him the difference, and again, and you basically turn down all their objections. You give them the whole process. Okay, we're gonna get it into an agreement, non-exclusive or exclusive. We're gonna basically send somebody over to look at the property within now and 5 days when we use our marketing machine to get that buyers. Because again, most likely we get more buyers than we have properties, and then we'll get the paperwork ready. Again, once we're ready to do the closing, again, we'll do it through an attorney to make sure that it protects us as a company and you as a seller, and of course the buyer as a new tenant to the property. And you see, you're literally showing them the whole aspect of what they're gonna be facing. And since you're being new and you're being real thorough, they're like, oh, you know what? This guy might be new, but he's sharp. He's telling me all the questions that I might have. He's answering them. And if for some reason you get stuck on a question, you know what, ma'am? That's a great question. Again, at the moment, I probably have not gotten down to that part of the manual. But let me do this. Let me write your question down. Let me go talk to my boss, and I'll make sure I'll give you an answer in about 24 hours. How does that sound? So you see, when you're not an expert, perfect. No worry. Again, I haven't gone down the road as far as the manual goes, reading it. But again, I'll find the answer within 24 hours. You see, I wouldn't mind making business with this guy. He wants to market my property for free. It's non-exclusive. If I find a buyer before him, he goes away with no issues. But if he does find a buyer before me, he brings the buyer in. He does the walkthrough. He is going to be with a buyer. Once he agrees and we're ready to go, then we make this non-exclusive to an exclusive contract, and then we go through the attorneys to close the contract itself. So again, and that's why the only way I can critique you is by what you're telling me. You know what I mean? But when you record those calls, make it a habit of recording your calls so that you can go back and see, I could have said this, I could have said this. And yeah, again, congratulations, Jen, as far as that. Again, I always pick up all your calls. It's always good to pick up all your calls that you get. But because sometimes you're on the road, but if you're not on the road, you're making calls on your computer, go to that website, put your phone on speaker, and go from there.
Yeah, how does my mic sound right now? Does it sound hollow or no?
It's a little bit of an echo because you're in an empty room.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, true.
What's
Um,
going on, Mac?
what's going on, brother? I got two questions for you, real quick.
Go ahead.
Um, the I think you said it last time that there's like a YouTube audio. How do we watch YouTube on audio? Like whatever, let's say this here. Can we watch this on audio
Are you
later?
do you have an Android or you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone.
Okay. The app is called hold on.
Let me see.
Let me see if I can share it with you guys.
Because I
I
had
know
a
it's not on. It's not on. There's ways you can do it on your phone, but it's again you got to go into your actual browser instead of the YouTube app, and then open as a browser, and then it goes crazy. It's possible. It just go crazy. Let me see backup settings. Well, the app itself, it's called. Hold on, let me see backup, restore, re previous.
let me see
It's
if
called
I
Musi, Musi.
MUSI.
Yeah, it's
And then
basically is a YouTube. It's what's called an app that plays everything that's on YouTube, but on your phone. It's like YouTube Dark, but it's free.
mm, it
Once you log it in, it has. Let me show you. It looks like this. Hold on, so you can see it.
yeah, let me see, because there's multiple ones here. It's
Yeah,
like simple music.
Musi.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, I found it. Gotcha.
And then when you log in there,
Just go to YouTube and then pick the video.
yeah, just search on the bottom. If it's like this one, again, our SEO is still not that great. Copy most of the title and paste it, and it'll find it. Or just go to Justin Tamus there and search it,
Okay, perfect.
and it'll find it. And all you do is once you start playing it, just close your phone, and it'll keep on playing it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I needed.
It's like it's like YouTube Dark, but of course YouTube Dark is like $10 an hour, $10 a day,
Yeah,
a month, and I don't pay for that. I don't like paying for that.
Hey, what
yeah.
are you trying to do, man?
No, just to listen to videos on YouTube, but in audio format instead of just looking at the videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you are on the road and stuff. And my second question, brother, is, and this is more like personal. I don't know, and it comes from you because you actually change your career from your industry to real estate straight.
Mhm.
There's an opportunity here probably for me. I don't know. There's a guy that it's a friend of mine, and he's looking for acquisitions manager. And obviously I have my 9 to 5. I would have to kind of switch it up a little bit, and kind of do that. What are your thoughts in, like, working for somebody, as an acquisition manager, and just change jobs and stuff?
Again, it's always good. First of all, before you do anything, you check on your family. Okay, do I have money in the bank enough in case
Yeah,
worst case scenario? And then of course, if you look at what's benefits of going into the new position, is there going to be 100% commission, or is going to be salary plus commission? So
hmm,
most of those are like that, are salary plus commission. Some of them are just what's it called, commission based. So then you ask them, how's your lead flow? How many leads am I going to be looking through on a daily basis? Because basically that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be calling leads. That's what an acquisition manager does.
yeah,
You call them leads, and you negotiate on the phone. So you're skipping all the marketing part, and all you're doing is just looking at the leads
okay,
and talking to them on the phone. So again, if you're a good closer, it sounds, again, based on the calls that we heard before from you, you're good as far as good closer. You just gotta get the guidelines, get the guideline from your friend as far as what you need to buy it at. And again, the guts helps you a lot. Again, if he wants to buy it at 100 and the seller's at 100 and 150, you can use your negotiations, and then
yeah,
of course you can always follow up on those accounts. But yeah, again, you look at your bank account as far as how good are you from your bank account as far as for your family. I know you have a new baby, and second, you look at the benefits that he's providing, and then you look if it's a salary or a commission, and then you look how many leads. You don't worry about your conversion rate. You only worry about how many leads, because you're pretty good. If you get leads that are solid leads that they're ready to go and ready to sell, then you can most likely close enough for you to be able to have a good transition between your current 9 to 5 to an
Yeah.
acquisition manager. And
Yeah.
then down the road, if you're doing such a great job, you can always tell them, hey, you know what, hey, Mr. X or friend X, again, I'm producing like crazy. You see my numbers. Again, let's partner up. I don't want to be an employee no more. I want to be able to do the same thing, but I want to be able to be part of the business.
Mm.
That's when you're solidified as far as, you know what, you're making money for him a lot more than what the other person has. And if he does, perfect. And if he doesn't, that's when you think, hey, you know what? But before you ask that question, do you want to start doing the marketing part and becoming your own business owner? You know what I mean? And yeah, and you can always learn. Take it like an internship, a paid internship that you get commission on.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna open up and tell you how he gets his leads. But if he does, if he's open to it, yeah, perfect. If he doesn't mind, you know what? Yeah, I do this, I do this, I do this. Again, the goal for him is gonna be you converting the leads. It's not gonna be what's it called, the marketing, is because you might have a lot of leads, just he's not converting them.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes
But yeah,
sense.
there's multiple trainings for high ticket closers where people. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, basically what we're doing, I'm working on the acquisition side with you too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
but you're digging through the mud to find that lead, and what this guy is telling you, most likely an acquisition manager is just gonna look at the leads.
Hmm.
Just telling you know what, acquisition manager only looks at leads. He doesn't do cold calling. He basically does what Jen. Basically, he calls what Jen just called that client that he called. The acquisition manager calls him back.
Okay.
Hey, I spoke to Jen. You said you were more or less okay with doing a lease option. Hey, I have here notes that you ready to go. Da 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 da. Okay, and then you try to bring it down to the right price. I don't know what type of strategy your friend does as far as the exit strategy. If he does lease options or wholesale or flips or owner finance when he acquires them, but more or less he'll give you guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, again, it's always smart to get into the business without having to do the legwork. Now you get into the business with this guy just being an acquisition manager, and that's where you're really gonna test your closing skills.
Yeah. Well, I still gotta, he's not my friend, but you still
Oh
gotta
yeah,
apply for and then see, what happens. But
yeah.
I'll keep you posted.
Record
So,
that call that you sent me, the one that you sent me on WhatsApp. That's a really good call.
yeah. The,
Those your tonality is good. It's much better than when you first started, which is again, it's a great. All you need to have the correct
yeah,
number.
I have called a lot of people. No leads this week, man. I called a lot, bro.
Yeah, I know it
Yeah.
happens. Sometimes there are a lot in a week, and sometimes there are not.
Yeah. So
Again, like for me, my cold caller is kind of iffy sometimes.
you
Because
have him, and he keep working for you 8 hours, right?
yeah, but again, he didn't work all week today until today.
Uh,
Uh, he's going to some. I'm assuming some personal stuff that it's still continuing. He had mentioned to me. Uh, but again, like I was telling you guys, again, it's not great. But when he's on it, he's good. He takes advice. But again, so again, that's why you should have multiple channels of leads. Again, hey Mark, uh, you're supposed to have. Again, I have like 14 channels of leads that I do get.
yeah.
So if the cold calling part doesn't work, I'm texting them on RBN. What's it called? I have the bandit signs. I have the stickers. I have the niche search where I can text them directly. SMSs. Again, I have multiple streams. I had a pocket listing where the agent called me yesterday. He called me on Wednesday. I locked it up for 58. The house is worth 139. It needs probably like 25K as far as rehab. That's the one that I'm gonna have an asset-based lender lend me with 30% down, lend me the money, and I'll pay him. I think if I worst case scenario, if I do keep it for 45, 40 for 6 months, I pay him $4,500. So it's nothing. I still make money on that one, but that one was through a pocket listing. You know what I mean? Where the agent called me, he saw one of my bandit signs. So
Right.
that's why you gotta be consistently on everything, on the bandit signs, on the stickers, on the word of mouth, on the niche searches, on everything, Because right now I'm looking here, my bandit sign is still there. Sometimes they take it down. Yes, still there. So again, you drive your neighborhood and etc. Again, I just do this locally. Anything that's external, then I'll get somebody to help me out as far as that's mainly gonna be like the niche searches and the SMSs and the calls, not literally like physical because I can't be there. But yeah, um, that's more or less that's why you have to have all these tentacles out there so that if one fails, like this agent that's not calling as I need to, it's okay. You know what? He doesn't get paid when he doesn't call. But when he does call, he has a higher probability of him actually getting me a deal. Uh, but yeah, he takes advice sometimes, and that's where he needs to improve. Where I tell him this lead's not good for me. If you don't get the price from the seller, you don't ask the question but from the seller the price.
Yeah.
If I don't hear the tonality up and down on the seller, then you're not good to me. I can do that myself.
Yeah.
I can be there on the phone and just get, oh yeah, you want to sell it? No, I know. I want to make sure that you want to sell and more or less a range that makes sense to us. But yeah, again, that's basically what it's good to have multiple avenues of leads to generate. I try to keep my marketing costs low because again, I've learned how to make it as low as possible. And yeah, man, and the closing part is the one that helps you a lot because if you have this multiple leads, but if you don't close them, then you really are losing that marketing cost. That marketing that you're doing, you're losing it because you can't close on these deals. You know what I mean? It's just a closing cost because everybody can market, but not everybody can close. And you close the ones that are easy, the laydowns. But now with the market is how it is, the competition again, you might not be able to close one because they call another number as soon as they're out. The reason why I went on this guy, I got this deal right away because he called me and I was already in front of him within 30 minutes. I dropped everything because he told me what he wanted. He told me the location. Okay, perfect. I'll be there in 30 minutes. And the way I answered the call, it wasn't me. Oh yeah, my boss. Oh, perfect. You know what? Let me call my boss. You'll probably be there by 1. And then I called them back within 20 minutes. You know, he'll be there in 10 minutes. Can you meet him? Oh yeah, perfect. But I was able to capitalize right away. I didn't let it go to the second, third, or fourth follow-up, maybe in like 3-4 hours, because I know there's like 30 people here in my area there that it just went crazy how many people are doing the systems or the wholesaling part of it. Now I did get an issue. I don't know. I didn't mention to you guys. I had a property on the contract. I went to get it. This guy went around me. The guy told me, "Hey, I already sold it." What do you mean? You have it on the contract with me? And he literally sold it under me, and he sold it to another person under me. Now this guy is a top investor in my area, so it's kind of like, do I pick this battle right now or do I pick this battle later? I recorded a memorandum before he closed. This guy has a lot of tentacles that they were go underneath my memorandum, so then they still were able to buy it. But I know for a fact once he tries to resell it, the bank is gonna make sure that there's no liens on it, and then that's where he's gonna have to call me. And then he has to explain. Now this guy is a big guy as far as a big investor in my area. Not only is he an investor, he's a broker for a company, and he owns a title company.
Wow.
So it's just a matter of do I need this guy as an enemy, or do you guys tell him, hey, did the seller lie to you? Because I was on the contract with him. Did he miscommunicate with you that he didn't on the contract? And if he kind of goes, oh, okay, perfect, then you know what, it happens. Don't worry, I'm not gonna fight over spilled milk. Just make sure now he knows that I can record the memorandum. Now he knows that I'm giving him a leeway, saying that it was an issue as far as miscommunication. And you know what? Let's go on, and maybe he can become a buyer for me for other properties that I find. The thing about this guy is that he doesn't know how to do the marketing part. So he just ran into the one where I don't know how he got a hold of my seller on that one. I think what it was, it was a conversation that I had with another investor about the property, and he was asking me more questions about the owner instead of about the actual property. Like, it sounds like you're pretty much more interested as far as who owns the property instead of if it's a good deal or not. And it sounds like you're probably not my buyer.
Yeah.
So I think I'm triggering that it was that conversation that I had with him. So now what I did, again, sometimes things don't hold up in legal as far as in the law when you present it to the attorney, to the judge. But the judge is the one that's gonna have to say yay or nay if it's a good thing or it's not gonna hold up in court. But I created a little paragraph saying that once I market for this property to sellers, usually I have my VA do like the Facebook stuff like that. So when people ask for information as far as an address, I did an NDA kind of paragraph saying that, you know what, we are going to disclose information about the property. You understand that there's a legal binding agreement between me and you, saying that you're not going to go directly to the seller, and you're not going to talk to the seller about price, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just sent through through a message. So do they say agree, yes or no? And if you look at it, that's not that strong, but I want just to deter people from even trying to go around it. Now remember, if it does come to being to court, and I have the screenshot of what I sent them where he agreed, the judge is the one that's gonna have to ultimately decide if he did something erroneous, or my text doesn't have any issues. But again, judges here in my area, they understand when they're kind of flexible as far as, you know what, he might not have sent it to you in the right format, but at least he sent it to you, and you willingly, knowingly, being a realtor, being a broker, being a title company owner, you literally disregard that and you went around him. So again, you did 3 bats, he did 1. So again, you're in the bad, especially when you're a realtor, you fall under guidelines as far as ethic guidelines. So again, I started doing that. I'll send you the text that I had. It's just simple, where it says, hey, we're gonna share this information. Just agree yes or no that if you're gonna abide by the rules that I'm sending you. Let me see.
Wow.
So that was the issue that I had. Like, I don't know if you can see.
Do you agree not to contact the property owner and not to circumvent the written contract agreement seller anyway? This is confidentiality. Agree significant legal consequences. Property described as Mom, Mac, and Rogers. Reply yes or no.
So yeah, and she said agreed. So again, that's kind of, again, that might not hold. It's not like a legal contract in my area, but at least they're agreeing to something, saying, you know what, okay, I'm gonna agree to not doing something. You can still do it, but again, it gives you it kind of deters people from actually doing it. So that deal, again, it happened, and again, you bite the bullet. You pick your battles. You know what? I don't have. You know what? It's gonna be almost close to the end of the year. I'll pick the battle when this guy's he fixed it up, and then he has to call me as far as to, hey, release your memorandum of agreement.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Any other questions, guys? Sorry for my sob story. Just giving you advice of, if that happens, that little text that you can, when you market your properties through Facebook or Craigslist, you send in that quick text. Hey, you agree not to circumvent, etc. It sounds legal, but it's still digital now with digital signatures. Things are digital now. The track is digital, the contracts are digital, so it is considered a legal what's it called, a legal signature, if it comes to the bottom of that. But at least you can deter the ones, if they say, no, I don't want to sign, oh, perfect, no worries. I hope you find your property. You see, if someone's not gonna be able to say yes, I'm simplifying it. I'm not even sending you an e-doc. I'm just going through the Facebook, the one you're reaching out to me, or sending you a text. Did you agree to this? Yes. A yay, a why, a yes or a no. Simple. Like I was telling one of my lenders here, like, I'm trying to simplify it. I don't want you to go into another website to click and download, etc. I'm just sending you a text, agree yes or no. Simple.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps. That kind of, you know what, let's do it like that. Worst case scenario, it might hold up in court or it might not, but at least I have a little bit of a, what's it called, a little bit of a safety net. And if they say no, perfect, you're not my buyer. If they say yes, then I'm sending you the information. So take that as an advice, and I recommend you doing it to all your properties, especially like when you're in a hot market. You don't want people to go around you, and do that. What they did to me. This is the first time. I know it was bound to happen.
It's crazy. I received a message, right, on Facebook, and the person was like, oh, I need you have we have this a bunch of properties here that you want to sell, that we want to sell, but we don't have we don't have any buyers for it. Are you open to JV? And I'm like, yeah. So I gave her a call. She's from California. She got like $7 million homes there, and we were talking about. But she was like, yeah, we look into the company has a lot of stuff. And I'm like, okay, great. So you have it on the contract. And she's like, no. Yeah, I have it on the contract. Okay, can you say with your name on it? No, it's not my name. It's Mark's name. I'm like, who? Mark. Oh, okay. What we're gonna do is you send me a JV agreement and we JV on it. So it's like a bird dog finding these deals out, and they just wanted a JV. Like it doesn't make sense. I was like, man, I need to see the contract, and I go in contract with the person that has the name on it. Other than that, it's gonna take us to legal problems.
Yeah, and it's smart. Like you always want to, if you do want to do co-wholesale, you want to get into an agreement to whoever has the actual purchase agreement on.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of bird dogs, a lot of people, because it's gotten popular, a lot of people just try to co-wholesale just to try to, find deals, and they don't even have the property.
Yeah. And it happens. And it happens more than you think. But yeah, I was smart as far as doing that. And worst case scenario, they say yes, no. And yeah, go from there, man.
I have all the property that I put on the contract. I put one on the contract, Arturo.
Perfect.
That was a Zillow one.
Okay. How was that? Was that what type of strategy is that?
So let me tell you. So basically, I called the guy up. The guy was motivated, and I was like, I didn't know what to do with this guy, but he didn't want to go down. And after I did some research, I understood why. He has. I looked on PropStream. He has on equity on the house 200,000. The house, it's a 265. He's asking. The house needs some work, about 20 to 30,000. Okay.
Okay.
And the guy was like, and he has it on the market for like 66 days already. The house is in Arkansas, and he's not even on Arkansas. He's actually, the house is vacant. The tenants actually, ripped the whole house apart, and he needs to repair now, right? And he's out of state, and that's a motivation level for him. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it cash, but how much you want it? And he would not go down, but we stayed on the phone for a while. I was like, okay, this is what I can do. I can put it out to my funders and see what I can do. What's the lowest that you can do? And he's like 230. I was like, so I put it under a option agreement. This way I can have flexibility on it for 90 days, and it's under option now. And I have it under option for 230. But exit strategy, I was looking for like a retail person, or talk this guy down more, but I don't think he wants to give up his equity. That's what I think it is.
So on that one, great job. Again, did you record your call just to make sure?
Yeah, I recorded.
Okay, perfect. So it's always good to go back as far as things that you missed, in case you want to negotiate to leverage it. Now, this as far as an option is kind of the same thing as a non-exclusive agreement. It's kind of the same thing. Just it gives you an option to buy it. Now, if you say that it needs work, you said the renters tore it up.
The what?
The tenants messed it up.
Yeah, they messed it up.
So it might not qualify for what's it called, for a retail buyer with the bank, because the bank wants properties that are ready to go. I don't know how messed up they are as far as the condition of it. Maybe for him it's really messed up, but maybe for you see, you know what, it'll pass inspection. That's what you want, just to make sure it passes inspection. So what's gonna be? So now you have it as an option, which is great. He already signed it and everything.
He signed and everything.
It was an e-doc or it was physical?
No, e-doc.
E-doc, perfect. So now you gotta do your what's it called, your dispo. Again, who are you targeting? Again, we do this. Shut Up Money with Justin. He does dispo. So in case you want to dispo it, you can do that as well. Or how are you gonna go forward as far as to getting a buyer for this property?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do the dispo. What's the address that I have to go to, you guys?
Just go to shutupmoney.com. It should be there on the main page.
Yeah, I'm gonna try there. And then second thing, I'm also gonna do. I'm also gonna look up landlords that has more than 3 properties that wants to buy and hold this thing.
Yes. Now, what do you think it's a good after repair value for this property?
So the property, the comps are kind of all over the place. it has, you know, different comps on it. So looking at it, it could be up to 300, you know, because I did see, you know, a $300,000 household there. And the square footage on this thing is huge. It's like 3,517.
Oh wow, that's big.
It has 4 beds and 4 baths.
Is it a good rental area in that area?
Yeah, it's in Fort Smith.
Fort
It's a good rental area.
What state is that, Portsmouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the place that it is. I
Oh, what
think.
state?
Huh?
What's Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Virginia.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Oh, really? Is it Portsmouth, Kansas?
No, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
It's let me see what county it is. It's in it says Sebastian County, I think. I did the trick, you know, before I got this, I did the trick on the on list source just to see what the hot zip codes are, because I didn't want to get, you know, I didn't want to get like houses on the woods and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, again, everything makes sense if the seller's willing to play ball with you. Again, there shouldn't be any issue as far as to get it. He gave you time. He gave you an option. He knows it's messed up. Now, okay, so you're doing the dispo through us as far as finding your buyer, and you're doing also to see landlords. Have you reached out to any of those landlords?
I just put the list out. I still gotta call them up.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, you can definitely look for landlords and just call them. See whoever. Now you do need pictures. Did he send you pictures of it?
Yeah, he's actually, he doesn't have a lot of pictures. I asked him, I need to send my funders there. Can you please? I need a lot of pictures. And also, since the house is vacant, what I would recommend is buy a lockbox on Amazon. Just ship it out there to the house and have someone put the key in there. And this way, you know, people can just go in and out. So he agreed with that since he's out of state. He said that he's gonna send me the picture Saturday tomorrow because he have someone going there. And you know, now I'm just gonna wait now and for the pictures, and then I'll put something together once he's give me the pictures.
Okay. Well, what I also recommend, you don't have Facebook still. Did that Facebook account is still active? The one, the H account from Facebook that we got you?
Yeah, the lady. I got that reactivated.
Okay, perfect. Try to go to Facebook groups locally in that area,
Okay.
and go to the area and post in the marketplace in that area. Remember, he's not there local, so he's not gonna know.
Yeah.
So and again, I don't know if he's too savvy or not, but that's another way. Just get again and send that I'll post it in the group and I'll send it to you directly, Mac. So you can add that comment when people reach out to you as far as showing the property. You send them that quick text, yes or no, yes, perfect, and then you send them the information. What else? But yeah, that's smart. Do that. Wait for the pictures, but start getting interest somewhere. Like start getting interest again. If you want to co-wholesale, look at the area. Go to the areas, Craigslist, and then put We Buy Houses. Who else is in that market doing the We Buy Houses locally in that area? And then call him. Hey, you know what? Hey, I got this property. Maybe you'll be able to do physical pictures for you for free. As far as you know what I mean?
I'm trying to, I need to kind of get him down on the number, I think. A little more.
Well, first, you never know. Just first, whoever you call that's local might be able to give you that information. You know what? You got to be at this price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, don't break your head trying to get and negotiate. You just got on the contract. How long ago did you get on the contract?
A week ago. Like in a week.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Just
yeah, especially if you haven't got. There has to be a reason for an ask. If I ask you to a prom, because I've been going out with you for the last 2 weeks. If I ask you for a discount, it's because I saw the property. I saw the pictures, not just, hey, you know what? No, I need a discount. But we haven't even seen the property. Or I still need a discount. So remember, it's always going to be, and for every ask, there's got to be a take. You have to give something away. I don't know if you look at that on previous calls, there's multiple ways. Again, you take pictures and you take the worst 3 pictures. You send them a text. You know what? There's 3 pictures. I saw this. My boss said this. Again, I gotta get a discount for 20K. What can you do?
Okay.
But hopefully between now and then, before you send that text, you already have a buyer. You're just trying to improve your spread. If you don't have a buyer at all, then you definitely gotta get that conversation where, you know what, I need a much bigger discount because there's nobody out there that wants to touch this property with a 10-foot pole.
Gotcha.
Be honest. Again, be honest with the seller. Be like that. Honest with them. You know what, ma'am? Usually I get, again, whatever deal I send to my funders, I usually get at least 2 or 3 people that are game with it. For your property, nobody wanted to touch it, and I sent it to them 4 times just to make sure that they saw the actual property. Is there any issue with the property, with the area, or why is your property not desirable? You put it on them. You know what I mean? Little things like that help you, but remember, for every ask, you have to give something. You have to give for every ask. If I ask for a discount, it's because of this. If I ask for this, it's because of this. I can't just be asking because again, I think it was you that I was talking to. You sound like just somebody that just wants a discount for a discount. Again, you need to be able to to have a reason why you want the discount. But yeah, again, definitely your task for the weekend is going to those Facebook groups, request them, add them, go to the gorilla that you have. You should already have added those at least 10 groups in that area, and then start marketing for that property. Hey, don't do the assignment of this property or whatever. Do something else. Hey, I just inherited a property in this area, 2,000 square foot homes. Is there any people that want to buy cash? You know what I mean? And if they tell you, okay, no, this one is already sold, but I have this one that I might be able to assign or whatever. Again, little things like that prick up the ears of people that have cash, or prick up the ears of people that are doing investing or wholesaling in that area.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
perfect.
Keep on doing it. Again, just do it like that, and just make sure you follow up on whatever lead you have as far as people want to buy it. Follow up. Make sure you go to the Facebook, add yourself into the Facebook groups, go to the marketplace, post something in the marketplace, and just see if there's any interest. Go to Craigslist, call those We Buy Houses area people.
Yeah.
You know how to handle those. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm new to the area. Again, this guy called me from where I'm from. He said he has a house there, which is crazy. I don't even know where your location's at, but he has a property. Again, I got on the contract for $230. Again, do you think this works? Get him on the phone. Talk to him. You know, right. It's always good to conversate, and then you'll see. You know what? Yes, it's good. No, it's not good. And he might be able to get the patient.
Well, I gotta basically do for 240. You know, like with 230. If I got it for 230, I'm probably gonna get like 235. 238 or something like that to get like some money on it.
No, yeah. Again, usually I always JV is 50% unless I know the numbers already.
Yeah.
If I know the numbers, then I might give you a 40, 47, 40, 60, or 30, 70. It depends on how good I know the numbers. And usually that's my last resort when I JV, when I can't find a buyer myself. But yeah, for you, again, let's make sure you capitalize and you get money, you get some income into your business first. And if it has to go 50% of it, you know what, $1,000 is $1,000 that you get in your business again. That makes the process real. It basically proves the concept, and now you're okay. Now let's go ahead and improve. I know this area sells for this much. I gotta get something in that area, but much lower.
Yes.
But yeah.
Perfect, brother.
Perfect. Definitely, man. What's going on, guys? Any other questions? Again,
let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, man. One little by little, man. Little by little. What's called little brick by brick. The wall was built.
Mark has a lot of questions, and Hervik too.
Hey, Mark, what's going on, brother? Hey, Hervik.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, my guy? How's your week?
So far, so good, man. I got something under contract, and I got it sold same week. Now I just gotta wait for the closing date.
Perfect. What type of lead was that as far as your marketing, and then how did the conversation go?
Pre-probate lead. So I've been talking to this lady maybe like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, she called me, said she was ready. She put me on the phone with her grandson. Went back and forth with him a little bit, and then we finally settled on a price that they thought was fair. Some contingencies, or not contingencies, but she's older. She's having to find a place where that's 1 floor, no steps. So I told him, hey, no hurry. I'll give you guys a 60-day closing date. As soon as you find a place, we'll push up the closing date and get the money in you guys' pocket so that she can, transfer into a place that's better for her. Again, she's elderly, etc.
Okay. How did you find this lead? How was your original? How did you find this address?
Since I got PropStream, I guess it must have been from the pre-probate list that I pulled some months back.
Okay, and it was a call or a text, the initial contact?
I text usually my initial outbound marketing.
Okay, perfect. So then it took you 4 months to do follow-ups, and eventually you negotiated. Is that in your local area, or is that in a virtual area?
Well, because I've been living back in Miami since December, I would say this is virtual because it's up in Metro Atlanta. The market that I was in before I moved down to Miami.
Okay, perfect. So everything was signed through eDoc or e-signatures?
Yep, everything's gone through DocuSign. I used to use PDF filler, but man, they got a little complicated. So I just started using DocuSign. It's a little easier.
Okay, perfect. Now, does the lady live there or it's vacant right now?
She lives there. She's still living there. She's a little older. The place has like two flight of steps. It's a what is it? A split level?
Level, yeah.
Yep. So she's she's a little older. She's having to still be able to get around the house, but it's harder for her because of the steps. She has some types of disabilities because she's been going to the doctors for treatment and stuff like that. So, everything's coming to that point in her life where she's like, I need to find a smaller place. This is a 3-2. It's like 1,500 square feet, 2-car garage. It's too much of a house.
Where's the grandson from?
The grandson, they're all from the same area. They're like right outside of Atlanta. It's a place called Dallas, Georgia. And, so they're from, they're all from that area.
Okay. So did you get pictures or how did that go as far as, because I'm assuming you were not, did you ever initially saw it?
Nope. I sent Victor from the group. He had talked about Velocity that goes out and they take pictures for you.
Okay.
So for $56, these people went out. This is the second time I used them. And the same deal. This is the second house that I bought and sold virtually in the Metro Atlanta area. And all I did was have to send these people to take pictures for me. They have different types of options. And I just picked the investor packet. It's like $56. They take all the pictures that I need from an investor's point of view. And that's all I need.
Okay. Now, when you conversated this to the seller, how did that conversation go?
I told them that, obviously I'm down in Florida right now. I can't get up there for the next couple of weeks. I got my contractors up there. I got my money partners up there. But if you don't mind, I'm going to get somebody to go over there and walk through it and take some pictures so we could confirm everything that you're telling me according to the condition, and so that I could get my numbers correct just to make sure that I'm in at the right price. That type of conversation.
Okay. So what did she say?
They were fine with it. He's just like, he's like, yeah, I'd rather be there because it's my grandma. I'd like to be there. So, I get off of work at 4:00. So I just had to set the appointment for after 4. As a matter of fact, this was if it was going to be during the week, but the people at Velocity, I submitted the order on Saturday and they went Saturday. They contacted him and they set up the appointment and they went Saturday, which was a day off for him. So it was easy for him and I didn't have to wait too long. I got the contract Thursday, Friday of last week. By Monday, I already had it sold.
So, okay. So then you get the pictures back. Can you send me, text me as far as the sample pictures that they send you? Or I don't know, did they send you like a link for the pictures?
Yeah, a folder with all the pictures.
Okay, yep. Send me a link so I can see the quality, because again, I might hire those. I've heard about them, but again, now I have a second opinion from you and Victor that I know it's solid. So then, so you got the pictures. How did you market it for your buyer?
So it's a guy. I'm trying to see if there's any way I could share him right now while we're on the Zoom call. But they're all in my Google Doc or the email. But
Did you get those buyers through like direct call for them, or was it like through PropStream that you got buyers, or through?
no, this is actually this guy was actually, this is a guy that I've sold. This is maybe like the 5th property that I sold to him. So I know that he works, you know, that side of Metro Atlanta. Just gave him a ring. You know, I said, hey, I got something in Dallas. Is that too far for you? I knew it wasn't, but I just wanted to say, hey, you know, how do you feel about Dallas? He's like, I'm interested. Send what you got. Sent him the pictures. He's like, hey, what's the price? What's the price? I kind of tried to, I already knew what the price was. I was just trying to like make it, you know, harder to give the information, right? Trying to, be hard to get or whatever. And so,
Yeah.
you know, so I dodged the question, you know, 1-2 times. This is all via text message. And then I just said, hey, well, look, this is what I think I can get for it. You tell me. I told him, I want to get 155 for it. I did the numbers. When I made my offer, obviously, I did the numbers by using the 65% analogy, right? 65% of market value minus rehab costs. And I came out to 105 and the seller was at 115. But when I redid the numbers the way that Nick taught us a couple weekends ago, that worked out for me. And so 115 was a good number. So I agreed to it. And when I talked to my seller, I told him, hey, 155. And then when I talked to my buyer, I told him, hey, 155, knowing that it was a little too high, but I just wanted to test him a little bit. He came back at 140. We settled at 145.
So you're making 30K.
Yeah, 30. But look, this is actually, 30 is the spread. However, I feel, I mean, I might sound like a dumbass, but I know that the lady, the grandma, she has a mortgage on the property, and I wanna kind of, I'm thinking like, hey guys, I want to tell them, hey guys, if you could find her a place, you know, within I don't know, so that I don't have to wait till November 30th, right? Because that's the closing date. I want to say, hey, look, I'll push the price up a little bit that I'm going to pay you guys if you guys get out of there quicker. I want to give them an incentive. So that's what I'm thinking, because 30 is a pretty huge spread. I think it's a pretty good spread. So I'm thinking, hey, I want to get this to the closing table. I don't want to wait till November 30th. A lot of things could happen.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of a way that I could try to present that.
The best way is just, again, find them another property.
Yeah, right? Let me find them a property.
Yeah, find them another property.
She's looking for a rental.
Tell her, you know what, man, I was able to, again, there's an issue with my funders. He's leaving out of the country, but he's ready to go. He can probably make the November closing date. But I was able to research. I was able to actually pay for 6 months of rent in this location. Would you mind if pushing your date, but I pay for 6 months and I'd actually pay for your moving? You see, you're literally closing all the avenues. I got you a place that you wanted to rent. I'm paying for 6 months of rent. Let's say 600 times 6. That's $3,600. I'm paying $1,500 for the moving. So you're literally only losing 5%, 5,000, but you're actually closing much faster. And the reason why you close much faster, because the funding guy that's funding this property for you is going out of the country and he's not gonna come back for a little bit.
Ace, listen, Ace, man, you're a genius for that. First of all, you're a genius for that. It's an awesome idea. And secondly, that's why these group calls are so important, man. Every time that I hop on one, I'm like, damn, I'm in the middle of making all these calls. I'm in a groove, but I stop to get on these calls because I always pick up a nugget. Thank you for that.
Welcome, my guy. Definitely. I was like you sometimes also, and when I heard your calls, it helps me a lot as well. I didn't even know you spoke Spanish, man. To be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Congrats on that. Congrats on your deal, first of all. And again, the reason why I was asking these questions because I want people, if they see this live, how you went from getting the lead, messaging the lead or the outreach for the lead, negotiating with the lead, how long it took you, and then how you took the picture because you were not local. Now the other questions before I finish, you already had a relationship with a title company locally?
Yes. I've been doing business in Atlanta since 2015. So yeah.
Okay, so then you had that conversation. All you do is you printed the e-docs and then you send them to a title company?
Nah, I have to, so I forgot which one it is. When I'm buying or when I'm selling, I can print and sign in front of a notary and send it back if it's across straight lines, across state lines. But the other one of them, I think when I'm buying, I can do it that way. But when I'm selling it, I think I have to be there in the state and signing in order to sell it, unless I had like a power of attorney. So I'll probably have to take a flight, because since I'm buying and selling on the same day, I'm probably gonna have to take a flight and go handle it.
You're doing double closing, or you're doing a straight assignment?
Oh, with this buyer, he's aware that I used his money to make my purchase. So, and we've used the same title attorney to do deals before. So that should be good to go.
Oh, so you're doing double closing. You're closing with his cash on the A transaction and then closing on the B transaction the same day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, not everybody does that, man. That's a good lead to have as far as contact with title company. Because here in Texas, it's kind of, they don't like you to do that. They want you to bring your own funds. But yeah, that's smart. So yeah, again, that's the way that I will push that's the way you push the closing to seller. Not because of you, is because funder's leaving. Makeup, his sister's getting married and they're in India, and Indian families, they may take 2-3 months to just have the engagement and the party and everything.
Oh yeah, okay, awesome, bro. That's genius, man. I appreciate that.
Definitely, my guy. Definitely, and congratulations on that deal, man. And yeah, thank you for also, what's it called, on Mondays on your calls that you do on your Spanish calls, man. That's great. Like I was telling Justin that I sent you, again, trigger words that create movement.
Yeah.
Buying houses without cash, that creates movement. I want to learn that shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
What if it said it throws you F off? Again, that's a good trigger keyword as far as it creates emotion, it creates movement. But yeah, congratulations, my guy. Definitely. Again, I learned from that. Again, send me the pictures and send me the website that you have for the pictures, the velocity, so that I can reach out to them. Because again, I'm starting to do what's it called, even here in my area. Sometimes it's like an hour and a half one way. And I want to be able to have those companies. I don't know which areas they work, but at least I know that they have a good job because you like the pictures.
Yeah, man. Second time that they do it, and they send me a ton of pictures, not like 5, 6, like 30 pictures. 30 pictures of all the rooms, bathrooms, under the sink. And then, you could put notes. Hey, can you make sure you get the electrical box, the 5 main things, right? Electrical box, a water heater, HVAC unit, whatever, but yeah, no. And for $56, I mean, imagine, I'd pay that instead of driving an hour and a half, because I know that in your position, that hour and a half is very better spent doing some other activities.
Picking up some calls that I can make more money on. But yeah, definitely. And again, I'm real hesitant as far as being virtual. But again, like your situation where you left the area, so you're not literally a virtual, but then you left the area, then you became virtual. I'm gonna use that when I'm virtual. So I'm gonna use that as far as I'm not local. Again, I was there, but I got transferred over here from my wife's work. So now over here in Houston. But again, let me go ahead and set up this. I was able to create this plan where I can have somebody go take pictures, and again, I pay for all those fees, et cetera, et cetera. But I can use your example. You know what? I was transferred over here, and then I'll say because of my wife. Again, I gotta follow my wife, and now she finds another man. You see, you make it conversational and funny. So they're like, okay, so you're not gonna come? No, I left the area because of my wife, and then make it conversational like that. And then use this company that's a vetted company, and I bet you they probably have like a velocity on their picture, on their what's it called, on their shirt. So it makes it more solidified that you're actually a reputable company that hires people out for something so simple as pictures. For sure.
Yep, most definitely. And what's up to everybody else on the call? That's everybody else.
What was that?
Are you in Houston?
Who's this? Who's calling? Who's talking?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Texas, South Texas.
Oh, okay.
But like that example, if I have a deal in Houston, I can tell you know what? Actually, I had to move to San Antonio for at least 3 months because of this. But definitely, let me hire these people to go take pictures. Again, I'll pay it out of my pocket. Don't worry about it. All I need is access. But you see how you learn how to be able to, I'm not there. Oh, you're not here. People sometimes are hesitant to, oh, you're not here. Well, that's why. Again, as Hervik left because he went to another bigger city or to another city because of something personal. and that made him it forced him to be a virtual what's called investor. You know what I mean? But now I can use that experience and do it for my other. Because again, everybody knows me. That's my Achilles heel, the virtual part. Because I know that if I'm making here a 20, 30K spread on my properties, which the average spread here in my area is like 5,000. If I can do that where I can make, if the average spread on an area is 100,000, if I can make $300,000 in that spread, like California and Washington and Colorado, those bigger deal properties, man. But again, my Achilles heel is that I'm not there. It's always been like that. I'm not there. But then slowly, like you guys like that, I learned, you know what, this is how I can make the conversation work where why I'm not there locally. Again, I'm not a virtual, like, I can tell them, you know what, I am not a virtual investor. Again, I just had to move to the area because again, we had a fire at our house. And again, we're able to move in with my in-laws, but they're like three states away from there. But again, they're being so grateful to me and being able for me to live here for 3 months for free while my house gets repaired. You see, I could have just told her I'm virtual, but now I'm bringing a story. I'm painting a picture of me being not a big investor. I went through a life event where my house burned down, or my wife had a better position somewhere else, so I had to leave with her. And that's what I tell you guys: the better the picture you paint to your sellers or to whoever you talk to, they're gonna remember you and they want to deal with you better because it's not black and white. I'm painting you a picture. I'm making it conversational. When I talk to sellers, it's not me, it's my boss. And I bring in my boss as an asshole, but he pays me the $10 an hour. I have to earn that because my daughter's being asking me for this. And again, that's gonna be probably more 3 or 4 days of this, and I can buy her what she wants. So you see, it's just little things like that that bring smiles, like to you, Jen, and to Herbert when I said that my wife's gonna leave me. You see, those things that makes people relatable to you. You're like, yeah, this guy's fucking crazy. I'll have a beer with this guy. You know what I mean? And that's what helps me as far as when I have this conversational interactions with my sellers.
For sure. Yeah. No, definitely. And just makes for good conversation and not stale conversation that people a lot of times don't even want to get on the phone. So stale conversation is just going to kind of, it's going to run to the end of the call too quick.
Yep. And you make things where people are going to laugh, and people want to be with people that they can make them laugh. They're going to have a good time. People don't want to talk to robots. People know that there's people that have issues in their personal life. You know what I mean? I'm just making this calls again, but I just had a flat tire and shit. This guy wanted to charge me $75 for a brand new tire. You know what I can do with $75? If I can eat that, man, I can't spend $75. So I gotta go to the used tire place and get a $10 tire. And hopefully when I drive to work, I don't get a flat tire blowout. And you see, you're bringing him into your conversation, into your life. And they're like, you know what? That shit's happened to me. Or that shit's happened to my sister. Because it has happened to my sister where they're blowout. And again, my sister wants to say that they're men and women are equal. But shit, you call me when you get a flat tire, right, Marta? They're like, yeah, well, shut the fuck up. I'm stronger than your ass. So you see, this is a conversation that you want to have with sellers and everything. Bring your personal story into their life so they can see, you know what, this guy's a cool guy. Again, his boss is an asshole, but this guy's a cool guy. So yeah, my guys, definitely. Again, congrats on that, Jen. Do that, man. Again, little things. Record your calls, do your follow-ups consistently. Again, I don't know if you have the Mighty app or whatever CRM you have. Make sure it's consistent with what you have and what you do. And then yeah, man. Congrats on that, Jen. Hervik, Mag, congrats on your deal, man. You know how to negotiate as far as renegotiate price down. You gotta make sure that you get the pictures. As far as you, Jen, to locking up that deal again, go back to them a week later. Hey, my boss told me to call you again. I don't know if you called as an employee or you are the boss, Jen. As far as calling them, it's always better to be an employee because then you're the kid between the parents.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So right now I got it where me and my wife are like a husband and wife investment team. So I didn't use the boss on that one, but I'm adapting. I'm adapting to it.
Yeah. And
she's the boss.
Yeah, definitely.
It was my boss. She wrote the letter to him.
Yeah.
You know,
You're like, who's your boss? Well, my wife. I call her my boss because she's always demanding. So you see, that makes it. Oh shit, it's true. Wives are demanding again, but it says it's cheaper to keep her than to than to go away from her.
yeah,
So again, those little things, man, that help you a lot. Remember, the reason why you want to put it on the boss is because when you give her a low ball offer, like a real, like if the house is worth 100, you give him 30K. You know what? I apologize. Man, I don't even want to tell you this. My boss is an asshole. He's making me tell you this, but again, I gotta earn the 10% commission that I get from your property. But he wants to buy it for 30. I know you're probably not gonna take it, but I gotta ask you, does that work for you? You see, you're preempting them from them reacting badly, but you tell them why. You know what? My boss is an asshole. Again, I apologize. I told him in his face, hey, you know what, boss? Sometimes your offers are super low. Again, you don't know how many people cuss me out when I'm on the phone. But again, and he tells me, hey, do you want to keep on working? Like, yeah. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that this is what the reactions that I'm getting from the actual sellers. But then I gotta offer you the price, man. He wants to pay 30. And let's say if a good purchase price was 50 and you give him 30 and she goes for 40, you just made an extra K. You know what I mean? So those little things. So for you, Jen, record your calls. What CRM are you using for your management of your leads?
right now I'm on spreadsheets, but I'm thinking about using the REI relay.
Are you
REI reply.
do you have the REI reply?
I had it, but I canceled it.
No, don't open it. Go to Podio. It's free.
Yeah, yep.
Podio is free. Simplify it.
I ended up buying an Android. I got Mighty Text on another phone, so yeah, that'll make sense for me to get Podio as a CRM.
Yeah,
and that's free. That'll learn that one. That way, that'll offset the expense for this phone. So I needed the phone.
Yeah, so that's good, man. So go to Podio, download it. It's gonna have a lot of bells and whistles. For me, I just put seller leads. I removed everything. I don't care about what's
simple. Yeah,
I make simple. And again, how it worked, it was the address. And then it had, I put us, so when you modify your Podio, is going to be, for me, it had address was one of the fields that you can type in. What's it called? For month, for the follow-up, I did a drop-down menu. So month, October, November, December. For the date, the same, I put date, drop-down menu, 1 to 31. And then I put the sale link, automatically gets there. The name of the seller. I put notes. I put the phone number. I put their asking price. I didn't put their motivations. I just put their asking price. And then I put the sales estimate and I put the tax value. And then that's it. That's it on it. So those were all my fields for my Podio. So it's as simple as possible because I don't want to have too many complex. So when I was doing my follow-ups, I go in there and I run queries. Okay, I'm in October. Okay, what's October 1st? So I put October as far as one of the fields, October, and then put first, and it pulls out all the ones for October the 1st. That's how I was following up. Now, the expensive one will tell you just do a search, but again, I don't want to spend money on expensive software. Just do it manually. You'll learn how to do it manually without having to have an issue as far as paying for the service.
Hey, do you think I should still operate off of my spreadsheets and use Podio as like I come across like leads that call, I actually have conversations with, or do you think I should migrate everything I'm doing over to Podio right now?
Yeah, you want to have your tunnel vision in one system. You don't want to have between two. That's why I went from Podio that was free to REI Reply. Because I was already paying for that REI Reply because I was using the SMS. I had to use it. So I was able to merge it into what's called the REI Reply software. But yeah, put them all in one. Put them all in one. Remember your Buckaroos recordings, or you can put them on the notes section. Put on the notes section. You have it there, and then you have your setups and everything, and just do consistently. Once you're there, okay, I want to follow up this guy on the 30th. That's when you use your Mighty Text. Right now we're the 1st. Hey, did you sell that house? Save it and then put on the follow up on your October. You leave it there, and you put 31st on the date, and you put on the notes put SMS text scheduled. So go ahead.
Can I import leads into Podio, or do I have to do that manually?
Yeah, no, it's free. I think you can import leads on Podio.
Okay.
You can also export Google that, YouTube that. It should be easy.
Okay.
But remember, your Podio, when you get there's an app, a pack. It's called a pack There is that one that I first got is the investor pack, which is free. But I removed everything because that's the one that is free, but you gotta upgrade your service to be able to get all those automations and stuff and shit to move the right way. But I just removed everything. I just put one. I just left the sellers section. And next time, if you're here, I'll try to do a video as far as how to do that, so I can show you more or less how I simplified my Podio, so that all I do in there is just leads. I don't care about anything else. I just do leads. But yeah, man, can do that. Record your calls, do the follow up. Don't try to have too many systems. It's all in one. It's all in Podio, and then Podio is gonna have your follow up dates, what type of lead it was, like abandoned signs, etc. It's also another section there as far as what type of lead it was. What else? But yeah, use Podio. Is free. You don't have to worry about it. Again, I can also add you to mine, the one that I don't use, and I can create a section for you, so you can see it. And then if you want to open up your own Podio, you can see, okay, I can go back and let me look at this and let me merge it to my own Podio. And I think that's just text me. I don't know if you have my number. Text me your address, and I can email you your email address, and I can add you to. I'll create one for you so you can see it how it looks.
Yeah, I don't have your number, but yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. Are you on the Facebook group?
Yeah.
Okay. Just look for me and send me a message, and
Okay.
then I'll send me your email, and I'll add you to mine, my Podio, the old one that I have, so you can see how it looked.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Definitely. But yeah, man. Right now, like I told Mag and everybody, when you're barely coming in, don't spend any money, man. You're hungry. You can't be spending money on burritos. You gotta eat the 25-cent top ramen. You gotta be able to all money that you have is going towards marketing and leads, not anything else. Once you little by little start growing your business and you start to look like a business now, then that's when you bring in other softwares and it makes it simplify it. But it's still streamline it, and that way it'll teach you how to control costs. You'll be like, okay, I gotta control this cost because I can spend too much on this one. But yeah, guys. Sorry, an hour and 12. Any other questions before we go? From you guys, Sarvik, Mag? I know
Nah.
Mark left, sorry.
I just
I'm good.
had one thing I wanted to say,
Go ahead.
Ace.
I just wanted to stress it, man, because it's always been stressed to me, and it's very true, man. Follow up can make you a lot of money. The deal that I just spoke about now, and the previous deal that I did where I made a pretty big check, they've been follow up. I think that, and when I say follow up, I mean like, so I'm thinking right now 3 deals. If this deal goes through, the one that I spoke about today, I'll have made over 100,000 on just 3 deals for this year. And on those 3 deals, I've had to follow up with the people maybe between 3 and 6 months. On one of them, maybe a year, because it was a probate. They were waiting for the probate to go through, to be completed, and because of COVID, it took so long. But off of 3 deals, potentially, and they're all deals I followed up on, like 3+ months. You know, I could potentially make 100,000 off of just 3 deals.
Yep.
In 1 year. So follow up, man. It's very true.
Yeah, and that's where you roll in the mighty text. Just once you're there in front of it, you know what? They didn't reply to me. Let's text them in 2 months. Hey, what's going on with the property? Follow up is key. Like I was telling, like Jen and Mag, everybody knows, mighty text made me tons of money because of the follow up. Sometimes you forget, but when you posted it, it's on your phone. Oh shit, someone's replying to me. Why? Oh, because I had a follow up.
Yep.
Hey, I'm just glad to be surrounded by you guys, man, because it's bound to rub off on me.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And again, we want you to be able to not go through the potholes that we fell in, and we want you to be able to learn from that. Remember, at the end of the day, you gotta pull the trigger. So you gotta again make those calls and get these people interested in your conversation. And the guts, man, the conversational skills that you get from the guts and from Justin, again, that's the key. That's the key. That's what differentiates you from other people. Is that because if you're trying to play a game where everybody's a professional, then you're not gonna stand out. You wanna, again, it's called the what's called the blue ocean strategy. I don't know if I read a book about that. It's like you want to go fish where nobody is fishing. Again, my conversational skills is gonna help me have a leg up. And then if you add the follow up, like Herbert said, and you add the Podio system that's free, and you add the mighty text that's gonna can follow up for 20 years if you want to. Again, it's golden, man. It's golden. And be consistent. And remember, if you get a deal, don't stop the marketing. Consistently doing what your marketing does. Okay, my guys, if anybody else have any questions, let me know. If not, again, thank you, Herbert. Thank you, Jen, Mac, for your deals and for breaking down your deals. Again, I love to break down deals because then you learn and I learn, and then Jen learns and Mac learns, and anybody that sees this on the YouTube learns how the breakdown, because sometimes people cut off how I got it or how I got this. No, I like to literally, I'm a detective. I want to make sure all the little process, so that if someone's brand new looking at this, oh shit, you know what, Herbert did this. He broke down every part of the transaction.
Good stuff, man. Thank you.
All right, guys, stay safe. I wanna again get more leads from you as far as Jen next week. Again, keep on doing what you're gonna do.
Later, guys.
Mag, the same thing, and Herbert, keep on going on, man. Let's have a great, successful Saturday and Sunday. Stay safe.
See you guys next Friday.
Later.
Definitely.